Hello everyone and welcome back to Derpy Dungeons. This is Yasuo and today we are playing Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. It seems this time I also did not finish at the end of the chapter. I just didn't finish the puzzle in time. Last video was almost a full hour. I think I was 2 minutes shy, maybe 3, from it being an actual full video. And yeah, um, if it would have went more than that, I would not have been able to record it and would have to start over on the recording. And I haven't had to do that since Baldur's Gate. Like, that was one of the first videos I spoke through that I recorded. Yeah, it's been. These videos are long. Anyway, let's get to it so that we can hopefully get out of this at a ending spot. Currently, we know that the knit hat needs to be replaced with a bullet. It's still gonna hurt him probably, but not as much as what I just did, which was shoot the construction hat because I had no choice. That didn't go well. We tried swapping what we could find, but we just made things worse. Not nice, kids. Not nice at all. You put a dent in my lovely mask. I guess we'd better look for something softer to swap with. Guess I better rewind the clock again and see if I can pick up any other clues. Yeah. What was that? Hmm. Oh shit. I trapped him over here. Oh! Okay. I get it now. Oh, would you look at that? Right on the hook! I love that. So warm and most of all soft. Hey now, I'm looking at it. That hat is the same shape as the helmet you just knocked down. Uh-huh, I thought so. Can you do it again, my little fluffy friend? I think we did it. I don't think you noticed. Looks like you pulled off another magic disappearing act, eh? And now I say again, I love knit hats on, most of all soft. Did I do it right? You did a fine job, little one. You saved another life. And I'll keep doing it too, over and over. Fate averted. Well, that's all in just these 4 minutes. Gave me all the answers I've been looking for. All our research this past 10 years pales in comparison, right, Professor? So you two were working together. That's about the size of it, yeah. Who will believe a story about a manipulator? So we pursued it ourselves, just the two of us. I'm quite a crazy character, myself, after all. Okay, let's hurry back by door time. We have to rescue Miss Camila. You're right, Missile. And there's a certain guy I have to follow, too. After completing his revenge on Inspector Cabanela, the man in red left. Now a new story is about to unfold in the new present. How are you feeling, you little crazy character? Hey there, Professor. We both alive, I see. Isn't that like it, baby? But I don't know if I'm getting old or what. I got a few aches and pains here and there. Used to be a little thing like an explosion wouldn't bother me. Yeah, right. Like I'm going to believe that. So what? The guy in red is gone, eh? Just in case, I posted special investigation units all around the building. Let's just pray the boys came through for us. Damn it! You picked a bad time not to listen to me, bottom line. Trick time. If I knew things were going to end up like this, I would have tried to die in that explosion, baby. That way I could have been dancing after Big Red by now. Yeah, I might be able to erase deaths, but it's true, I can't do much about injuries. But really, you shouldn't talk that way. Yeah, sorry. I suppose you're right. I just hate feeling so helpless. He was right there within my grasp. All our plans were resting on tonight, and then this had to happen. I guess he's thinking about his spotless record. It's not too late, Inspector. We still have a chance. Maybe I can catch him. Say, you're right. That's not a bad idea. I'll cooperate with you fully. Go ahead and fire away with any questions you like, Mr. Ghost. That guy mentioned revenge. Revenge against the people who stole his life away 10 years ago. He's a fool. He's the one who made the decision to take that little girl hostage, and he wound up dead. He only has himself to blame. But what about when he said that? I was murdered by all of you. Detective Jowd, who forced me into a corner, Lynn, the girl who was playing in the park, and finally you, Inspector Cabanela. If you hadn't done what you did, I never would have pointed a gun at that kid. Yes, 10 years ago on that day. The Special Investigation Unit was working on a certain big case. We hauled in a young man, an important witness to our investigation. And then I did it. I made two very stupid mistakes. Detective, I'm telling you, I don't know anything about it. Fine, fine. You're under no obligation to talk, of course. But if you don't, the Special Investigation Unit can make the rest of your life a living hell. But I'd just been assigned to the Special Investigation Unit, you see. They didn't share much info on big cases with a newbie like me yet, and I wanted to impress them. It was only supposed to be a simple matter of taking a statement, but I was too green. I pushed him too hard. I drove him into a corner and made him lose all hope. That was my first mistake. And then I made another mistake on top of that. Didn't lock the door. Cabanela, got a minute? The chief wants to see you about your report. Got it. I'll be right there. You stay right here and be a good boy now. And that's when I did it. I left it behind in the interrogation room. My gun. How could you? He used my gun to escape. What he said is true. If I hadn't made that mistake, he never would have had a gun to point at Lynn in the first place. We first found out about the manipulator's existence during a certain overseas communication. For national security purposes, this country keeps tabs on the communications network. This particular communication was about making a deal with a certain foreign country. He said he wanted them to buy him and his powers. That's how we first heard about him, of course. We didn't know what he looked like at the time. And in order to prove these powers of his, he gave them two predictions he foresaw, two completely preposterous, impossible cases. The case of a man who would sing national secrets during a live rock concert broadcast, and the case of a man who would take the chief commissioner hostage in his own office. Those two inmates at the special prison, eh? We kept tabs on their communications and launched an investigation. Then finally we pinpointed where they were going to meet tonight and staked it out. The restaurant, the chicken kitchen. The manipulator plans on leaving this country tonight on a submarine that belongs to other country in the deal. Submarine? We hadn't been able to find out where it's going to surface. It's terrifying to think what would happen if this power were to fall into their hands. Right, and highly unlikely they'd use them for peaceful purposes. And now they have that little girl as a hostage. Camila. We have to stop him before he leaves the country. This spotless record of yours, is it really that important to you? Of course, baby. In some ways, it's more important to me than my life. And your life, eh? After all, it's because of my record that I'm able to get my hands on all intel as head of the Special Investigation Unit. And because of my position, I get to direct all aspects of the investigation into the manipulator case. The manipulator case? That's why you cared about your record so much? Of course, why else, baby? I just never could believe it, man. You out shooting Alma. I didn't care what he confessed. There was definitely something more to the story, some secret. I did everything I could to climb the ladder, everything in my power. Then I finally found the answer. It took 5 long years, though. The manipulator, he's gonna prove that Jowd is innocent. What incredible determination. There's one thing I just don't understand. If you were so determined to help Detective Jowd, why didn't you help him escape from prison? That's an easy one, baby. Escaping from prison is a crime. I wasn't about to help him commit a crime after spending 5 years trying to prove him innocent. And he himself has to be executed, you know. As a man of the law, I had to make sure the execution was stopped legally. And that's why I brought him before the Justice Minister, too. I needed to buy as much time as I possibly could, baby. So that's it, eh? There's one little unfortunate result of all this. Lynn completely misunderstood your intentions. What's a little misunderstanding? My baby will come around. Give it time. But there are more important things to do with our time tonight. Okay. Mr. Superintendent. Do you mind if I talk to you for a minute? I haven't always been a junkyard superintendent, you know. I used to be part of the police. The police, huh? Not as a detective, but as a medical examiner. I investigated victims' cause of death. 10 years ago, I was asked to autopsy a strange corpse, hit by a meteorite fragment and died instantly. That's what the police report said. It's me. It's me! There were no signs of life. He was definitely dead, but I never filed an autopsy report. That's because the corpse suddenly vanished, leaving behind only one clue. An unusual corpse. I bet that's what I've been chasing all night. Oh, an unusual corpse. I bet that's what I'm chasing all night. Could you tell me more? Yeah, sure. I have an interest in you recovering your memory and finding your true identity, too. That's the only way I can describe it, too. It was an unusual corpse. He was dead already, no question about it. But there wasn't a scratch on him. Not a scratch, but I thought he was hit by a meteorite fragment. I don't understand it any more than you do. I was completely bewildered, but when I tried to autopsy him, I was even more puzzled. I couldn't perform the autopsy. You couldn't? What do you mean? The scalpel went in, but I couldn't cut. As soon as I tried to make an incision, it would heal up in the very next instant. And that's how it went. And no scarring or blood either. And I never had the chance to solve the mystery. That's because the corpse up and vanished on us. The morgue is well guarded. Nobody could have stolen that body, but there is one way the corpse could have disappeared. What's that? Got up and walked away on its own? Yep. He got up, opened the door, and walked out on its own. What? He was dead, but he wasn't dead. We saw it with our own eyes tonight. Not even that explosion could kill him. He didn't even feel it when he slammed his fist on that stove. The corpse left behind some data from some testing I did. I got some readings of some kind of radiation coming off the body. Radiation? I used all kinds of instruments, but I couldn't determine exactly what kind of radiation it was. Some undiscovered type from a world unknown. Wait a minute, could it be? That's right, it was coming from that meteorite fragment. I went to that park and tested the spot where the meteorite fell. And just as I expected, I detected radiation coming from the crater. It was the exact same pattern of radiation as that of the corpse. At the time, I thought he was some kind of immortal being. He would die only to come back to life. I wanted to research it all in depth, so I quit my job as a police medical examiner. Several years later, I came to learn the connection between my research and the manipulator case, thanks to the arrival of this crazy character here. Oh, stop now, Professor. Do you want to see me blush? It was about a year ago, I'd say. This man in white came dancing into my research lab here. I heard there was an oddball here who's researching TIMSIC. Is that you, baby? Who are you to be calling anybody an oddball? I was investigating the manipulator case then. And then I heard there was a man who'd quit the police force to study the meteorite. When I heard that, it was a meteorite had struck me on the head. At the time, we were just starting to get leads on this manipulator. We didn't know who he was yet, but we knew he was communicating with a certain foreign country. In one of those communications, we heard the manipulator say this: "The source of my power is not of this world." And that's when I put two and two together, baby. The manipulator case and TIMSIC were somehow connected. Which also explains how 5 years ago he used his powers to manipulate a birthday surprise a little girl made for her mother. He added that gun to the contraption most likely by controlling Camila. So that contraption in the basement here, you built that to try and help Detective Jowd. That's right. Jowd and I worked together back when I was with the Force. I used the reports of his case to try and recreate the device. But there was just one part of it that I couldn't reproduce no matter how hard I tried. Camila told Jowd it did something it shouldn't have, made an impossible move. I added that part to the device I recreated. I put in a part that would allow Cupid to rotate. Otherwise, the gun wouldn't fire. So that must mean somebody manipulated Camila's contraption. As a result, we proved to ourselves that the manipulator actually existed. Inspector Campanella! Hey, baby! Sorry about that phone call. I must have sounded like a real villain. I hated to spoil your image of me. Oh, that cool cat inspector you always looked up to. Is that really the image she had of him? Inspector Campanella, I'm sorry, I just heard. You were chasing after that man all this time to try and help Detective Jowd. This manipulator is such a dangerous character. I was hoping you didn't have to be involved. So that's why you had me arrested tonight, isn't it? Like I always say, if somebody's in the way, throw them in the slammer. Yikes. Tonight, I really thought we finally had him. But my body gave out on me right at the critical moment. It's like a cruel joke. But a joke is a joke. You might as well laugh. Jowd? The minister called off the execution order. And while he was at it, he let Detective Jowd go free until tomorrow morning, too. That's a pretty extreme while he was at it. Sorry I took so long to get here. You can leave the rest to me. There you go again. You've always been like that. You make everybody else run around and then you swoop in at the last second. Jowd. 5 years ago, you left this coat with me just before you turned yourself in. I promised to give it back to you one day. Today is that day. Take it. Take off the prison uniform. I mean, really. You look stupid with the prison uniform on. I've been waiting for so long, Detective Jowd. Waiting for this day to come. Thanks for not giving up on me, Lynn. Okay, I'm off then. Good luck, my old friend. This present you gave me is just what I needed. Thank you. Glad you like it. Cecil, are you there? Yeah, I'm here. You and I have to go find that man. I need your help. Will you do this with me? Sure, but how? We don't know where the submarine is, and the phone line doesn't work. They use communication cables to make their calls. We'll get you hooked up somehow, you'll see. Could you wait here until we do, please? Okay, fine. I'm counting on you. This true self you're looking for. I bet you'll find it soon. Alright, I'm leaving, Inspector Cabanela. It's almost dawn. I'm not who I thought I was. I'm actually further from knowing who I am than ever. But now I don't feel so alone. Each one of us, for his or her own reasons, is looking for the truth. Together, I think we can shed light on these mysteries and drive away the darkness. But it's almost dawn. (2:55 a.m. to 3:39 a.m. Trophy earned. Obtain a new illustration. Obtain a new song, Lingering Death. Obtain a new illustration. Obtain a new illustration. Yes, I would like to save, and no, I will not be continuing. We have a few more minutes until the end of this video, so I will look at these illustrations I've unlocked so far. That's kind of cool. Okay. That's the first level. Looks good so far. What was his name? It wasn't Jigo, was it? Was that Jigo? Alright, her apartment building. The lady next door. The lamp, which honestly could be the villain. The more I think about it, that's very possible. Or that could be Camila's mother. I don't remember. It says an A though, didn't it? The contraption. The prison. The kitchen chicken. Chicken kitchen. Oh! I don't want to watch that. Do I? Is there anything special about it? Oh, that was literally it. The electric chair. Cells when they're dark. His room. The old house. Anything there? So sad. The van. The destruction is real. Me. Oh yes, the sub. And that's the last one. Oh, we got a bunch of puzzles we're gonna have to solve, don't we? Alright, guys. We're gonna go ahead and call it here. If you like this video, hit like. If you want to see the next chapter, subscribe to the channel. And I will see you all in the next video. You all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.